Good evening, everyone. My name is Merritt Teckley, and today I'll be presenting the first phase of our project, which has a total of 3 phases. The project name is Disk Dashboard and Tools. The development team for this project is Project Manager Zara, Power BI developer Amiro, Kusubu, and myself. Through the years, Colaberry has trained a lot of data analysts and data scientists. Those individuals went on to become very successful in the industries. But we've also had people that have failed to complete the bootcamp and accomplish this goal. In an attempt to help students get through the bootcamp, Colaberry asks the students to create study groups early in the bootcamp. Now, all of us have gone through this process, and we all remember how messy it was. We don't know anything about each other. Our personality types, where we live, nothing. Yet we were committing to work with each other to get through a program that hopefully will change our lives forever. There has to be a better way. The goal for this project is to use the Indigo DISC survey that we all took in the beginning of the bootcamp class and use the power of analytics and create optimum study groups with the best personality mix of students. To begin with, let's start with the foundation of our project, which is the Indigo DISC behavioral assessment. The DISC model of behavior or assessment was first proposed in 1929 by psychologist William Marston. It is a personal assessment tool used by more than 1 million people every year to help improve teamwork, communication, and productivity in the workplace. It has 4 personality types: dominance, influence, steadiness, and compliance. Dominance personality type places emphasis on accomplishing results and seeing the big picture. They are confident, sometimes blunt, outspoken, and demanding. Influence personality type places emphasis on influencing or persuading others. They tend to be enthusiastic, optimistic, open, trusting, and energetic. Steadiness personality type places emphasis on cooperation, sincerity, loyalty, and dependability. They tend to have calm, deliberate dispositions and don't like to be rushed. Lastly, compliance personality types place emphasis on quality, accuracy, expertise, and competency. They enjoy their independence, demand details, and often fear being wrong. Now, let's watch a short video that'll help you understand these behaviors better.
We've all been waiting on an elevator and seen the girl who presses the button, steps back and looks at the button again, then presses it again, and again and again. Yeah, that's a D style. She has places to go and people to see. She's probably always in a hurry, so then she'll tap and hold the button, frustrated, thinking she can actually make it move faster. D styles are dominant, direct, and results-driven people who want to control their environment and then do something to make a difference in their world. Now, let's take a look at the I style. She is Talky Talkerton. Once the doors open to the elevator, she's the one who turns around and starts talking to nobody in particular about pretty much anything. She's an influencer. When the elevator stops, she's the jokester who quips, "Third floor, lingerie, enjoy your day." Now, not all I styles are cheesy people who tell mom jokes all the time, but you see what I mean. I's draw energy from people and love to engage. Now, here comes Little Miss C style. She's the quiet one. She's kind of off to the side, standing in the front of the elevator, looking at the plaque that reads, "Maximum weight, 2,500 pounds. She's calculating body weight. Uh-oh, if one more person gets on, we're gonna go down. She's on a schedule, but she's allowed herself plenty of time. She's compliant, she knows the rules, obeys the rules, and wants everyone else to do the same. Look at her, how cute. Enter the S personality. She's stable, steady, and keenly aware of her surroundings. She wants everyone to be happy, and she thinks it's her job to make it so. She's the one holding the elevator door open to make sure everyone who wants to get on can do so at their leisure.
So, how are we going to accomplish this? It starts by understanding this heat map. On the left, you see all the possible combinations of personality types between two people. Depending on the combination, the resulting relationship will be more work or social. I like to choose two of these personalities. First, this DS. What this means is the coworkers, one has a D personality, which is dominant, and one has a steadiness personality. Together, they have a great working relationship. They're going to be efficient and do a good job accomplishing tasks. However, at the end of work, they do not hang out together. They'll go their separate ways because they have a low social score. On the other hand, when we have two I's, so these are two coworkers with high I's, high influencer types, they're going to have a really poor work relationship because they're going to spend all the time just socializing, talking, and having a good time. However, after work, they're going to head out, maybe hit a restaurant, go out to a club, and socialize because they have a high social score. So using this heat map, we have created a store procedure that will take the DISC scores of two students and calculate their work-social ratio. At some point early in the boot camp, the students will be asked to submit an Indigo DISC survey, which will activate the second store procedure that we have created. The second store procedure will create groups based on strong work relationships and add the student to the group with the highest work relationship based on their DISC assessment score. Now, lastly, I want to show the dashboard we have created to keep track of the groups. As you can see here, we've got the personality scores up on the top right-hand side. And on the left, we have the KPIs, starting with the efficiency rating, which is the efficiency rating from the boot camp, which is comprised of login rates and homeworks turned in. We also have average section completed, class completion rate. In the boot camp, there are 27 classes. So when the student completes the last class, the 27th class, this number will be 100%. At this point, they're at 31%. We also have homework scores, homework count. This is the total number of homework that have been submitted, and then total student count. We've got three different charts. We've got the group success rate, the homework count, and the efficiency rating. Now, this dashboard is not in production, so the data is limited, and the information is from a few weeks ago when we imported the data. So today, I'm just going to analyze the December 4th bootcamp. This chart here is sorted by class completion rates, descending. So you can see that group 10 has the highest completion rate with 41%, and all the way down to group 7, which is, we're only counting the groups with 4 students in them. So group 7 is got the lowest completion rate with students with 4 students in them. This group right here only has 1 student, so we're not analyzing that. On the homework count, you can see again, group 10 has 44 homeworks turned in, and group 7 has 19 homeworks turned in. The rest of these groups only have one person in them, so we're not counting those. We've got the efficiency rating right here. Overall, they're doing a great job with the efficiency rating, besides group 5, which has a 75% rating, and group 2, with only 1 person, has a 68% rating. Now, I want to drill down to these groups, but I'm only going to drill down into 2 of them. The group 10, which is doing the best, and group 7, which is doing the worst, to kind of see if we can understand why this is happening. First thing I want you to look at is the personality scores. You can see that this group is dominated by steadiness and compliance. Now, if you had paid attention to the heat map, you will see that two coworkers with a steadiness and compliance will have a great working relationship and a good social relationship. And then there's a 50% in influencer and a low dominance score. I don't know if you can see that, but that's like a 39. Now, these numbers don't tell the whole story. If you look at the chart right here, you can see that all 4 of them have pretty much similar influencer scores, which means is that there's nobody here that's too shy and there's nobody here that's too talkative. They get along and they give each other space. Now, another thing which I found interesting is that there's one person that's got a high dominance score. What this means is that if there's any issue that needs to be addressed, this person will probably be the one to address the issue. And the rest of them with high C's and high S will go along with that. So that's why I think group 10 is doing well. Now, let's go back to group 7, which is not doing so well. Again, as I said, at this point, this group may be doing well. But as of the point where a few weeks ago when we imported the data, this was what it looked like. The first thing you're going to notice is that the scores are going to be very similar. The pattern is going to be very similar to group 10. Steadiness and compliance are high. Influencer is at a 50 and dominance is low. I think this one's like a 29. So why are they not doing well? We need to look at the charts to see what's going on. What I found interesting here is that there's one person with a very high eyes. So what this means is that in any meeting, this person is probably be the one who's getting all the attention and doing most of the talking. Another thing I found interesting is that there's no high D in this group. So what does this mean? There's nobody here to address any issues. There's an issue that this group is falling behind, but there's nobody to address this issue because there's no dominant personality in this group. So I think this is why this group may not be doing as well as group 10. Now, if anybody has any questions, I'm here to answer them.
Everybody take yourselves off of mute and give Merritt a whoop, whoop. All right, any questions? You got 5 seconds. All right, fantastic. Good job, Merritt.